Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're having trouble getting the word out about your church, right? You still feel like you're the best kept secret in town? Well, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to walk you through a strategy that I've been using at my church that brought in 426 new families in only 90 days. I know it sounds crazy, but that actually happened. And we used the same strategy to help a church of 350 get 800 people at their grand opening. And it helped a brand new church plant of literally 0 people go from 0 to 200 in only 5 months. Now, I've got 2 different strategies that I'm going to teach you. So we actually divided this up into a 2-part video series. So let's dive into how to use Facebook ads for your church, part 1, coming up. Hey, what's up, y'all? If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. And this channel is dedicating to help pastors and church leaders be more effective using social media, technology, and digital outreach. So what we're going to be doing is breaking down a 4-part framework in this video that I've used at churches all over the country in order to help them reach more people and attract new families every single Sunday. So here's the deal. I'm going to take everything I've learned and I've been doing over the last 7 years, and I'm going to teach it to you in this video so you can literally just copy and paste the same strategy at your church. So let's dive in. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to create a targeted Facebook ad. All right, now this is not a boosted post. I know a lot of you guys have probably boosted posts before. A boosted post is great for reaching the people in your church, but if you're trying to reach the people outside your church, the best way to do that is with a targeted Facebook ad. So you can do that by going to facebook.com/ads manager. Right, so whenever you post on your Facebook page and then it has that little like boost post button and you click that, or maybe you get a notification from Facebook that says, hey, this post is performing 86% better than all of your other posts. Why not put $20 behind it and show it to more people? Okay, we've all seen those notifications. Well, that is a boosted post, meaning we're just paying Facebook to boost our post or show it to more people. But a Facebook ad is different. A Facebook ad actually doesn't show up on your page. It only shows up in the news feeds of the people that you set up through targeting. And you do that by building the ad inside of Facebook's ads manager. Now, kind of a cool caveat about this is that there are 2.7 billion people on Facebook, right? But Facebook also owns Instagram, and there's another 1 billion people on Instagram. So one of the cool things is that you can actually run ads on Facebook and Instagram for no extra charge. So when you're actually setting up your Facebook ad, you'll have the chance to choose automatic placements or manual placements, right? So manual placements, you can pick all the different places that you want your ad to show up. I recommend doing automatic placements. That way, it's automatically going to show your ad on Facebook, on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, on the Audience Network, which is like a series of third-party apps and games that are associated with Facebook. So pretty cool way to get in front of a lot of people who live within driving distance of your church. And then we're going to let Facebook's algorithm do all the heavy lifting for us. They'll figure out where people are interacting with our ad the most, which platform it's getting the most traction on, and they'll keep putting it on that platform to give us the most bang for our buck, right? Pretty cool. Here's the deal. I know not everybody agrees with this, but Facebook actually wants you to be successful, right? It's a good business decision for them. They know if they can get you the most clicks to your website or the most messages to your Facebook Messenger or whatever it is that you're running, then you're going to keep paying them more money. So they want you to be successful. They want you to continue to stay on the platform. They want you to up your budget. They want you to run ads forever. So Facebook's algorithm is really powerful and it's going to help you be massively effective. So here's just a couple of quick tips when you're setting up your ad, right? For this strategy, what we want to do is we want to create a traffic ad, right? And you want to specifically create a traffic ad optimized for link clicks, because what we want to do is we want to send people from our Facebook ad to our website. So create a traffic ad optimized for link clicks, and then you want to basically type in the address of your church, which is going to drop a pin on your church, and then you want to draw out a radius, and you want to target everyone within driving distance of your church, and then leave the targeting wide open, right? You want to target everyone between the ages of 18 and 65 plus. This is one of the easiest ways to get off track, and it's one of the biggest mistakes that I see churches make all the time, is they end up over-targeting. Facebook has so much robust targeting, and that works really, really well for like local businesses or big brands like, Nike and Adidas or Coca-Cola or McDonald's. But for us as churches, we basically just want Facebook to show our ad to everyone who lives within driving distance of the church, and we want to let Facebook's algorithm determine who is interacting with it the most and keep showing it to those people. If instead you actually try to like change it by saying, okay, well, we're just going to show it to everyone between the ages of 33 and 35 who have 3 kids between the ages of 4 and 12, who like McDonald's, hate burgers, Burger King, hate the Dallas Cowboys, and love orange juice, right? What's going to happen is it's going to take your potential audience size and it's going to shrink it so small that now your cost per click is going to be outrageous and no one's actually going to show up to your church, right? So leave the targeting wide open, everyone between the ages of 18 and 65 plus. And the easiest way to determine what driving distance is for your church is just to take a look at how far people are typically driving to go to your church, right? So at my church, that's usually about 10 to 15 miles, right? If you live in a small city or a suburb, it's probably in that 10 to 15 mile range. If you live in a rural area, it might be more like 20, 30, or 45 miles. Or if you live in a really big city or like downtown Manhattan or something like that, right? It might only be 1 or 2 miles, right? So just take a look at who you're currently reaching, how far people are driving, and then set up your radius to reflect that. All right, next up is you want to set up a plan your visit landing page on your website, right? We don't want to send them to your home page. We don't want to send them to your new here page or your about page. You actually want to set up a landing page, specifically a plan your visit landing page, right? And we're going to put a call to action on there. And the only call to action we're going to have is going to be a button that says plan your visit now. It's really important to have a button that says plan your visit now instead of a form, right? I don't know why this works, but I've tested this hundreds of times over the years. And if you have an embedded form in your landing page, it just won't convert. For whatever reason, people just won't fill out a form, but they will click on a button that leads to a form that they fill out. I realize it doesn't make any sense. You think, hey, we can just skip one of the steps here and just put the form on the page. But if you do that, it's not going to work, right? Some of you guys literally have a form on your page right now. You're like, oh my gosh, yeah, nobody ever fills that out. That's why. I don't know why it works, but it does. So make sure that you are creating a landing page that has a button that says plan your visit now that then leads to a form. And you can use Text in Church for this. Text in Church has a phenomenal plan your visit feature. You could kind of build something yourself using like Typeform or something like that, right? But whatever it is, make sure you have a button that leads to the form, not just the form itself, right? I've also found that if you have 4 buttons on the page, it usually converts a lot better than if you only have 1 or 2. In order to do that, obviously you're not just going to stack 4 buttons on top of each other. You want to have a long form page, and you basically want to create that plan your visit page. You only want to talk about the church, and you want to concentrate on giving relevant information that someone who's never visited your church before would need in order to visit, right? So especially if you're trying to target young families, you want to have some information on there about your kids ministry. You want to make sure to have your locations and service times up towards the top, right? Because according to Gray Matter research, they say 43% of people on a church website are there for locations and service times, right? So make sure to have that up at the top. It's a great idea to have pictures of smiling, happy people. I personally love having some type of a welcome video, right, from you as the pastor or a friendly person in your church who's good on camera, and just kind of walk them through. Like, I love to start this in the parking lot and then just have them walk through the front doors, kind of show what it looks like when you come in, right? Tell them where to go, walk them through, how to check in their kids, what the kids ministry looks like, then kind of walk into service. You want to keep this a pretty quick video, right? I'd say 60 to 90 seconds, right? So it's a lot of jump cuts and you're just kind of cruising through there. Or you can do one continuous shot, which is pretty cool, but you're just going to speed it up, right? 60 to 90 seconds. Just make sure it's friendly and informative. And finally, a good thing to keep in mind is that every single potential visitor has 2 questions, right? They want to know who's the pastor and who are the people. So we need to answer both of those questions on the landing page. So the best way to do that is to have either a video or a picture of you as the pastor. If you're married, you're actually going to help reach a lot more people if you have your spouse in that picture or video. Again, this is something that I've tried over and over and over again, and it just works way better if you have your spouse in there. And then you just simply want to tell them a little bit about yourself, right? But now don't go into your entire biography and all that kind of stuff and all of your different theological beliefs, right? New visitors, especially unchurched people, don't care about that kind of stuff. They actually want to know more stuff like about you, like, hey, what's up? My name's Chris Abbott. I am a diehard Duke basketball fan. I love Penn State football, and I think the Washington football team is the best team on the face of the country. In fact, I think Dallas Cowboy fans need to repent and be baptized. Haha. But seriously, I've been the pastor here at the church for 10 years. Man, we would love to host you and your family on Sunday morning. That's going to show that you don't take yourself too seriously. You're friendly, right? And you're just kind of inviting people into the church, and it's going to kind of change the mental schema that they have about who pastors are and about church, right? It's just going to lower the barrier of entry. And then you want to answer the question, who are the people, by having lots of smiling, happy pictures of the people that are in your church. Don't use stock photos, use actual pictures of people in your church, and make sure they're smiling and they're happy, right? This is really important, right? Bright, colorful photos. And one of the best ways to do this, if you don't have any of those right now, is you can hire a professional photographer to come out to your church and shoot hundreds of photos for about $200 or $300, right? They can just come out to a Sunday. You can even give them a shot sheet, just telling them, hey, here's what we're looking for is lots of pictures of smiling, happy people, happy families, kids running around having a good time. And for $200 or $300, you can get a bunch of photos and you can use those on your website, on your landing pages, and on social media for years to come. It's totally worth hiring a professional and not just, someone in your congregation who has a DSLR and fancies themselves an artist. All right, before I get to my last 2 points, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We work really hard putting out brand new videos and fresh content every single day, 5 days a week. So if you hit that subscribe button and then you hit that little bell icon, you'll get a notification every single time we drop a new video. All right, step number 3, plan your visit. Now, if you're not familiar with plan your visit, this is just simply the idea of giving people the opportunity to sign up and give their name, email, and phone number and basically schedule an appointment to visit the church on Sunday. So we talked about the landing page. We're going to have a plan your visit now button, right? And that's just going to lead to a form, and we're only asking for 3 pieces of information. Don't go asking what the color of their car is and the license plate is and the birthdays of their kids. Nobody's going to give you that stuff, right? Like, that's kind of creepy. So just ask for name, email, and phone number. That's it. Then whenever someone signs up for plan your visit, you just want to call them within 15 minutes, right? Just introduce yourself, whether it's you as the pastor or somebody else on your team. You just want to introduce yourself. Hey, what's up? This is Pastor Chris. I saw that you plan to visit for this Sunday. Man, I just want to reach out and introduce myself to you personally and answer any questions you might have about, where to park or what to wear. So, man, how can I help? Right? Just doing something really simple like that is going to help people kind of connect with you on a human level, and it's going to show that you care. And when we started doing this at our church, literally just calling them within 15 minutes, what we found is that it exponentially increased the show up rate of our plan your visits, right? Because now they've actually heard from a person, they've connected with you, they know that you're not judging them, and they know there's actually someone who is waiting for them at the front door on Sunday morning. All right, and then finally, step 4 is the Monday morning selfie video. All right, if you've watched any of my videos, you guys have heard me talk about this. I'm a huge fan. I feel like I can't talk about this enough, right? But all this is you just want to take, as the pastor, it's important you don't try to outsource this to someone else, but what you want to do is you want to take all of the connect cards from Sunday morning, and on Monday morning, you just want to record a personalized selfie video for every single person, right? So if you had 3 visitors on Sunday morning, you're going to record 3 videos on Monday morning, and you're just going to text them out to those 3 people, right? All you want to do is use their first name, thank them for coming, and then invite them out the following week. As we all know, the only thing better than a first-time visitor is a second-time visitor, right? And there's a stat that says that 80% of people who meet the pastor on the first visit will come back for a second visit, right? So maybe you had a chance to meet all the visitors, maybe you didn't, right? But imagine how powerful it would be if you visited a church for the very first time, and then the next day you actually got a personalized selfie video from the pastor, right? And this was pretty simple. It'd just say something like this. Hey, John, what's going on? This is Pastor Chris. Man, listen, I just wanted to thank you so much for coming to church yesterday. I hope that you and Susan had a great time. Man, I hope your kids, little Johnny and Jennifer, had a great time back in our kids' church. Man, I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for coming. And I just wanted to invite you back out. I mean, we're doing it again next Sunday, same time, same place, 10 a.m. Can you make it? Now, we're ending it with a question which opens up a loop in their brain, and now they feel on the hook to respond. And if they say yes, they just promised a pastor that they're coming to church 2 weeks in a row. That's a win for all of us. Okay, so if you like this video and you found it valuable, stay tuned because we have part 2. So in this one, we laid out an invite strategy for how to use Facebook ads to grow your church. But in part 2, we're gonna lay out a ministry strategy on how you can use prayer ads in order to reach new people within driving distance of your church. And it's pretty cool. So make sure to check out how to use Facebook ads for your church, part 2. We'll see you soon.